And welcome to Prep Rally Live.
On tape.
I'm Chip Souza. This is Rick Fires, and we're here to bring you the Game of the Week brought to you by West Termite, Pest, and Lawn. We want to thank them again all season
day,
long.
all year.
Yes, sir.
All year.
Yep, they have brought us the Game of the Week. And, Ricky, there's no question this week. This is Game of the Week. Several of them would be candidates, but you know the Game of the Week is the Class 7A State Championship game. Fayetteville going down to War Memorial to take on the big monster, the behemoth, the three-time state champion Bryant Hornets. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely.
You know
and
what?
Very deserving.
Teams, when they go through spring, then they go through the summer 7-on-7, then they come back and they start sweating and sprinting, do that. What's your goal? To get to Little Rock. And for these two teams, it is here. Both of these teams are within one win of winning the state championship. Something these kids have remembered the rest of their lives. Bryant is going to be the big-time favorite. They're going for the 4th in a row in Arkansas's largest classification. That's hard to do. But Fayetteville, you know what? They ain't.
They ain't scared, Ricky.
They ain't scared.
They ain't
Them
scared.
Bulldogs, they ain't scared.
They ain't scared. So, Ricky, what a great game. You and I were there Friday night at Harmon Stadium, Harmon Field, Harmon
Such
Playfield.
a big game, it took both of us.
Took both of us.
Yep.
Took both of us to hold it down. So, Ricky, toward the end of the game, Conway's ahead by 1, 21-20. Fayetteville had taken a 20-0 lead. Conway came back like we knew they would. We knew they were a good team. They came back and scored 3 touchdowns, went ahead 21-20. Fayetteville had some chances, got inside the red zone of Conway a couple of times, couldn't get a score, 21-20, and Conway rips off a couple of big runs there inside the 5-yard line, big plays. And it looks like they're going to put their foot on Fayetteville's throat. Looks like it's going to be over. All they got to do is just finish out this drive. And, in fact, they did finish out the drive. They did score a touchdown with a little under 2 minutes to go, but a yellow flag on the field. Yellow flag for holding.
Holding. Can't hold. You can't do that.
Can't do that. Can't do that. Like my granny used to tell me, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
I said, yes, I can. She goes, go get me that peach switch. I'm going to show you can't do that. Absolutely. That little thing. When that switch makes that sound, Ricky, that ain't good.
I hear that.
That ain't good.
Yeah, I'm
and
going that way.
Heard it a few times and deserved every one of them. So anyway,
I didn't deserve any of mine.
They take the touchdown off the board, move them back 10 yards, move them back to the 25. A little bit out of field goal range for Conway. They try to make a pass in the end zone. Our boy Braylon Palmer goes up, comes down with it in the end zone, interception. Fayetteville gets the ball, 1:46. Plenty of time,
But they got to
Ricky.
go long. No, not a lot of time.
And no timeouts. No timeouts. But my boy, Bladen, you my boy, Bladen. You my boy. Bladen Fike. He
all
led
year
his
long.
Absolutely. He led his team down the field, got sacked on the first play, and I'm like,
yeah, I'm writing. Fayetteville had a good season.
I said, no, you just want to add a little drama to it. He didn't want to make it easy. We want to add a little drama. He gets a little run, makes a little pass. They move up the field. They blah, blah, blah. Another incompletion. Spike the ball, blah, blah, blah. 4th down, Ricky, 4th down and 10. Who you going to go to if you're Bladen Fike if it's 4th down and 10? You want me to tell you? Number 1. You throwing it to number 1.
Yeah,
Isaiah Satanga. Number 1. Where's he at? I'm throwing it to him.
If he's triple covered,
Don't care.
Jalen.
Maybe.
Then
so
you got
anyway,
Dylan.
Yeah.
You got to throw it to one of them guys.
Well, I'm looking at 1. That's who I'm looking at. And
Okay.
that's who he looked at. And Isaiah got 10 yards and this much. 10 yards plus this.
Yep.
And kept the chains moving. And they get down the field. And they get down to about the 15, 18, something like that. It's 4th down. And Casey Dick turns around to his guys. And he's like, where's my kicker? Where's his kicker? He's on the back row back there somewhere waving. Kickers. You know how they are.
Looking at cheerleaders.
You know how they are. And
so he's bringing in the kicker instead of throwing it to your guy, number 1, number 2, number 8, any of them wide receivers. He's going to go with this kid.
83.
Right here.
I'm bringing in 83 or whatever Graham Whitty's number is, whatever that is.
He's number 8.
Number 8. So he brings him in. Graham Whitty lines up. Timeout. Conway calls timeout. They ice him.
So
Except I don't think Graham even knew they were icing him, but they were icing him.
So Conway laughing. Do they know this kid had never kicked?
I don't
in
even
a game
know.
Before?
I didn't even know he had never kicked in a game before. So anyway,
I saw him miss an extra point early.
he did. So Casey said, "You my boy, you my boy, you my boy, Whitty, you my boy, you my boy."
What pressure!
And he got in there, Ricky, and they lined it up, and he said, "Boom." Now I don't know if it went this way, or if it went this way, or if it was doing this way, but whatever it did, it got over that crossbar.
Now,
Bam!
Leland disputed.
Boom!
I said it was a line drive, and I'm standing. He said, "Well, that's a baseball. You can't call." It got up a little bit.
Knuckleball line drive.
It didn't get much higher than that. It didn't get much. It went over there, cleared about that much, set off pandemonium.
Man.
And, you know, that's what you love about athletics.
Yes.
All the Fayetteville kids running around going nuts, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, of course, the Conway, their kids are on the ground. They can't believe. But get off the field.
Get off the
There's still
field.
4 seconds
Yes,
left.
sir. Quick.
There's still 4
Did
seconds.
Fayetteville, did they get fined for charging the field, you think, maybe?
Nah, that's
No,
just
maybe.
an SEC thing.
I'd have paid it.
Yeah, but then, okay, all right, Conway, you got one last, you're, 80 yards away, you got 4 seconds, what are you going to do? All right, here's our boy, Caden.
They went with the hook and ladder.
Hook and lateral.
That's
That's a sandwich. That's a
right.
sandwich. There
That's
we go.
right.
And our boy, my
You
boy.
hear that, ESPN? It ain't a ladder. It's a lateral.
It's a lateral.
Yeah.
Caden Turner sniffs it out. You know, they're going to lateral. He goes in there. He snatches that away. He said, give me that thing. And
He got it.
Instead of going down on the ground,
No,
game
sir.
over. He
We
said,
ain't
no.
going now.
You know where he went? He went straight to the end
And what was the
zone.
sound effect, Ricky? He said,
Went, phew! And
right to the
nobody
end
got
zone.
in his way.
Nobody got in his way.
Nobody got in the way. So
He'd have
that's
ran
why
over him anyway.
That's why it made it 29-21 instead of 23-21.
Right.
But what a great game. I was fortunate enough
Loved
to
it.
cover the other game, the quarterfinal game, where Fayetteville came back from 27-6 to Cabot, won that game in
Yes.
dramatic fashion. But nothing tops this game.
No,
I
no.
guarantee you.
Great game. I'm glad I was there to see that. That was a great
Mr.
game.
Whittier, you know what? Going down the hallways right
Hey,
there.
he big man on campus this week.
Big
Atta
man
boy.
on campus.
Soak this up, man. Soak it up. You earned it.
Hello,
you earned
ladies.
it.
Hello,
Absolutely.
ladies.
Here's my number.
Hey,
Pass it around.
Hey, I'm leaving study hall early. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now, he's
Whatever
a big man this
Yes,
week.
sir. Yes, sir. And he
But
earned it.
He earned it.
He earned it.
You know what? They got to turn around and play.
They do, Ricky, and so that's why we're here. This is the game of the week, and Ricky Fires his Rick's picks. Rick has to pick a
5-0
winner.
last week.
5-0 last week. Now he's got to pick.
27-1 the week before.
He got to pick a winner this week. It's Fayetteville against the big monster, the big monster down at Bryant. The Bryant Hornets. They've stung everybody, Ricky.
Now you're an old guy. You remember when Houston won? They were like a 40-point underdog.
Yes.
And they won that basketball championship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Bryant, 3-time defending champion.
Gotcha. Check.
They won 41 in a row against Arkansas teams.
Check.
Fayetteville hadn't been there since 2016.
Check.
They were under 500
Check.
last. So in dramatic fashion, I got to go with Bryant.
He's going with Bryant. Now, Fayetteville,
pick against
use this as your motivation. I'm going with you, Fayetteville. I'm sticking with you. You my boy, Bladen. You my boy. I'm going with Bladen Fike and Fayetteville pulling the upset, stopping the 3-year run for Bryant. I'm coming out here and saying, Purple Dogs.
Woohoo! But, man, all right. Hey, if you beat this team, you deserve it anyway, but
Yes.
that would be quite an explanation point to a wonderful season
It would be.
if they go down and finish that
It
off.
would be, Ricky. And all joking aside, you know, I told you this, Ricky, when we saw Fayetteville 7-on-7 at Shiloh. I told you
You
they're
said,
going to be
yep.
their most improved team in 7A. They have been. They have played exactly the way I thought they would. I was telling somebody the other day, it might have been Leland. I don't remember Leland Barclay, but I said you could tell by Fayetteville at that 7-on-7, and I know that's not football.
No,
I know that.
No.
But
If you don't get hit in the mouth, it's not football.
But you can tell, Ricky, in those kind of tournaments and things, a team that has a little bit of swagger to them. You know, now, should Fayetteville have had any swagger? They finished 4-7 last year and lost in a pretty embarrassing way in the playoffs. But this team, you could tell they had put that crap behind them. Okay,
They did.
and they had swagger in that tournament. And you looked at that, I watched that, and I'm like, you know what, man? These kids are playing with some confidence. They got some swagger to them. And at this time, Satanga was still committed to Oregon, wearing this little green and yellow, ugly.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They got 83 uniforms.
They do.
All of them are ugly.
They do.
Looks like my wardrobe when I was in my disco days.
Yeah, but you know we don't care who kids sign with. That we don't care. We're just glad you're playing somewhere. That's what we we want our guys to play somewhere. So it's all cool. But at that time, Satanga said, "My boy Bladen's the best quarterback in the state. That's
Yep,
the
that's
best
what-
quarterback
when
in
I
the
said,
state."
"What?"
He said that, and you know what? By gosh, Bladen has played that way.
Absolutely.
He's played that way.
7A, absolutely.
3 straight 400-yard passing games. Okay, 3 straight. He led them down the field.
455 last week.
455, yes. So, Ricky, you're taking Bryant. I'm
it.
sticking with Fayetteville. We're going to see how this one ends up. Now, also big game, Greenwood, Ricky, to no surprise, they had a few little bumps. Some players
But they lost
injured early in
3
the
games.
season, lost some games.
That's unusual.
Players
for them.
healed up. Oh, Well, they're back in the state championship game again.
Again. You know
15th time in the state championship game in the modern era is what Leland Barclay said. If Leland says it, you can take it to the bank.
And Chris Young, I think about 3 weeks ago, they had a big game. I don't know who they're playing. I guess Lake Hamilton. And he said, our kids love these type of games.
Woo! I tell you what, that's big.
They put the hurt on them.
He did.
And they're going against El Dorado.
El Dorado, a very good team, Ricky. Yes.
8 in a row, I think.
Yeah, they're a good team. There's no question. You know what? It's a very good team. A little bit under the radar. Maybe a lot of people are looking at Benton. You know, they won the 6A West, and Jonesboro.
That was a real tight, a real tough league right there.
It was.
Any of them top 4 or 5 teams right there could have won it.
It was. But you know what? Don't ever count them Greenwood Bulldogs out. Never count them out.
You know what I said last week? I said, one thing I do not do, I don't go against Greenwood in November.
No.
And I sure as heck don't go against Greenwood in December.
So, Greenwood against El Dorado at noon Saturday, War Memorial Stadium for the Class 6A state championship game. Who you going with, Ricky?
Greenwood Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Go. So I got Bulldogs here. Top 7A and 6A.
No, I believe you took the Hornets in 7A.
Oh, that's right.
I took the Bulldogs, yes. And I'm taking them again.
Okay.
I'm taking the Bulldogs again because, like Ricky just said, when Chris Young says our boys like these kind of games, that's a pretty big thing.
That's it, yeah.
That's a lot.
Basically, he said, bring it on.
He said, bring it
on.
I think we've been here before. Let me see, 15 times I think they've been here. So Greenwood is your pick in the 6A. Bryant is your pick in the 7A. Now, in the 4A, Shiloh Christian, defending state champions in 4A. They have been taking care of business all year long. Their only loss was to
this is semifinals, right?
Semifinals, yes.
Okay, all right.
So their only loss was to a very good Sand Springs, Oklahoma team, Page High School, bigger school than Shiloh, 40-33. That was, well, you're talking about way long time. That was September the 17th. Is the last time Shiloh lost a game.
That was a long time ago.
Long time ago. 1, 2, 3, long time.
I can't.
So Shiloh this week had to go on the road last week. Took care of Rivercrest, slapped them around, 41-7, 48-7, 61, whatever it was. A lot of people don't do that.
But they did.
They did. So Shiloh then gets to come back home this week, Friday night, against, Ricky, a very good Arkadelphia team. I think this will be the toughest team that Shiloh has played this year.
You know, and Arkadelphia, it goes way back. They've had great tradition.
The Badgers.
Our man, Coach Eldridge over at Farmington won a couple state titles down there.
Yep.
And they still got the program going on. But my goodness, Shiloh Christian they're defending state champion. They've been #1 all year long. They're it says Field of Champions right there.
For a reason.
For a reason. And that's what Shiloh does right there. So, man, I got to go. This is an easy pick right here. You got to go Shiloh Christian on this one.
Going Shiloh Christian, this would be a chance for them to go back to War Memorial Stadium and defend their championship. They will play the winner of Joe T. Robinson and Warren. You know, a lot of athletes, a lot of good players there. So it'll be a good one. There's no question about that. Shiloh will have its hands full Friday night, Ricky. They're going to have their hands full.
Got to get it done.
Arkadelphia's got a lot of speed, a good team. So it'll be a good one. But Shiloh Christian, this just in, Ricky, they've only given up 14 points in 3 playoff games.
You know what? And everybody talks about their offense, and their offense is dynamic. Eli Wisdom. The Ben, number 13.
Yeah,
I love that kid, Ben Baker. I love that kid.
Henley, 44.
He ain't scared to wear 13.
No, he ain't scared. They ain't scared at all.
He goes under ladders. Black cats run out in front of him.
He don't care.
That doesn't bother him.
He don't care.
So, great little player right there. Big-time player. Shiloh's got a bunch of big-time players. And like you said, I think a lot of people don't realize how good their defense is.
Correct. The dark side is what they call themselves, the dark side.
The dark side?
Again, 14 points in 3 playoff games, 0 in 1 game. The Saints defense call themselves the dark side. They're playing at a high level. And, you're right, Ricky, the offense, rightfully so, gets a lot of notoriety.
Yes.
But that defense has been laying that wood all year long. So that's our 3 games of the week. Now, we also want to mention Booneville, Ricky, a team that ran for 510 yards last week in their win. The running Rays, absolutely. They absolutely ran all over Glen Rose, 500-something yards of rushing in that game. Their quarterback, Randon Ray, Ricky, he's only thrown the ball, I think, 15 times all year. all year.
Well, when you get 7, 8 yards of pop, you don't have to throw it that much.
You know what happens when you keep running that football, Ricky? What does that clock do? Tick, 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 tick.
Like 60 minutes.
Absolutely. They don't give the other team very many opportunities to do anything. So
Now, but they got to really play well.
they do. Harding Academy, Ricky, defending state champions. They laid the wood on Booneville last year, but this is a better Booneville team.
Yeah.
This is a better.
And
They're
just a
13
different year.
Different year.
And forget last year.
Yep, yep. So anyway, should be a good game. Ricky, if you want to give us a pick on that one, you can. It's going to be at Harding at Searcy over at Harding University. Harding Academy plays their games at Harding University.
I love Booneville. I love what they do. I love their tradition, a lot of tradition. But you know what? Harding is a great team too over there. So I'm picking Harding.
Taking Harding in that one. So that's the games going on involving teams in the Northwest Arkansas River Valley area this week. Again, this is semifinal and final week. Ricky, it just don't get any better than this.
Like we talked earlier, if you're not out there on a Friday and if you're sitting at home on a Friday night,
what are you watching? Reruns?
Watching. I don't know.
Desperate Housewives or Housewives of Las Vegas or
if
get
you're
out
doing
of that.
get out here and watch these kids. Like I said, I watch these two games. I'm quite a bit over 40 years old now.
Quite a bit, yes.
And I can't remember watching two better back-to-back games than I've seen Fayetteville the last couple.
You've seen,
tremendous game. Fayetteville came back from 27-6 to beat Cabot. Then they won this game in dramatic fashion. I know these kids will. Whitty, he'll never forget this.
No.
If he lives to be 80 years old, becomes president of First National Bank or something, he'll always have this.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed watching these kids and we're down there in the field kind of soaking it up with
getting
them.
run over, knocked around, students down there. I was loving it.
Get out there and watch these kids if you can. Get to Little Rock.
Yeah. This is the best time of their lives.
Absolutely.
It's the best time of their lives.
It's fun for us.
It's fun for us. I loved it. So that's it for this week's edition of Prep Rally Live.
On tape.
And we appreciate you guys being with us all season long. We love to have fun with it. We love our high school kids. Love this, and this is for them, and it's about them. And I just Ricky, I've been doing this a long time. You've been doing this a long time. I still get a big kick out of going to a game on Friday night, and I hope I never lose that. And I love being around these high schools. They keep you young. Maybe not you, but they do me.
Yeah, you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So until next week, I'm Chip Souza for Rick Fires. By the way, I picked Fayetteville to win. Ricky didn't. We'll catch you next time on Prep Rally Live on tape.
I don't know everything. I don't know anything sometimes.
Pretty much.